Song of Solomon.
We are in Solomon's songs.
And it's an erotic poem in the fucking Bible.
It is an erotic poem. It's a canticle about sex.
Yeah. And there's flowers and
trees.
Antelopes, I think. Was it antelopes?
Gazelles.
Gazelles, that's right. Yeah. And there's definitely trees.
And flowers. They boom on the flowers.
Right, yeah.
In the heat of the day.
Yep. There was that. So yesterday, I believe we read Song of Solomon Song 2.
We read Song 2, that is correct.
And today we'll be reading
Song 3.
Song of Solomon, Song 3. Let's go do this.
Solomon's Song of Songs, Song 3. Canticles.
Now we're going to read it. Yeah.
All right, so here we are, jumping into Song 3.
Okay.
All night long. Oh, yeah. On my bed, I look for the one my heart loves. Oh, no. She was all night long looking for him all over her bed.
Yeah.
Is he under the sheet?
I don't know.
Is he in the pillow?
I'm not sure.
Is he under the mattress?
Maybe.
Where is he? I looked for him but did not find him. Oh, that cuckolding son of a bitch. I will get up now and go about the city. Through its streets and squares, I will search for the one my heart loves.
Yeah, because where the fuck is he?
She is going to get
he should be
you.
There.
I don't think that this is he led her on or something and now she's like, I'm going to come find you. That's stalking, honestly.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm above it. Like, I may or may not have, said, I'm going to go find that son of a bitch.
Right.
But it's not Bible-y. It's not the good way to be. So
it's not upright.
It's not upright.
Yeah.
It's not upstanding.
Right.
So I looked for him, but did not find him. The watchmen found me as they made their rounds in the city. Have you seen the one my heart loves? That's in quote marks.
Okay.
That's really there. She said that.
Got it.
And if I were the guard, I'd be like, I
Who the
don't
fuck do you
know,
love?
you crazy bitch.
Right.
Who is it you are looking for? I need a name, maybe a face. What the fuck?
Right.
Scarcely had I passed them when I found the one my heart loves. Oh,
well,
there he is.
Yeah.
He was hiding behind the guard I was bothering. I held him and would not let him go till I had brought him to my mother's house.
This is reminding me of like Elmira. Is it Elmira?
I'll love you and squeeze you. I'll hold you and love you and squish you forever or something like that.
Yeah. Like maybe he's like hiding, you know. I don't know.
I mean, it's what it sounds like.
Right.
He was like, don't tell her I'm standing behind you. But anyway, she is dragging him to her mother's house, to the room of the one who conceived me.
Oh, okay.
She's like, you will meet my mother. We did have the sex. I am going to marry you.
Right.
I'm taking you home to dinner.
Yeah.
Get used to it.
Okay. All right.
Daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you by the gazelles and by the does of the field, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires.
They said that in the last chapter, I think.
Well, they talked about gazelles and they did talk about does.
And not arousing,
Really?
Yeah.
I don't recall that.
They did.
Okay, so now I think that was her. I think now it's him or them.
Okay.
So it's either him speaking now or it's the chorus. Remember, sometimes it's the chorus.
Right.
Okay. Who is this coming up from the wilderness like a column of smoke? Oh, I like that. Coming up from the wilderness like a column of smoke.
Yeah.
Perfumed with myrrh and incense made from all the spices of the merchant. Look! It's Solomon's carriage, escorted by 60 warriors, the noblest of Israel, all of them wearing the sword, all experienced in battle, each with a sword at his side, prepared for the terrors of the night. King Solomon made for himself the carriage. He made it of wood from Lebanon.
Okay.
That's important.
Right.
That
where your wood comes from is very important.
Let us talk about your wood. Its posts he made of silver. Its base of gold. Its seat was upholstered with purple. Okay, I can't.
With purple, huh?
Yeah.
Not like it could have been painted on. It could have been cloth. It could have been.
It's throbbing purple.
Gum. I don't know.
It's throbbing purple.
I see.
Its interior inlaid with love. Daughters of Jerusalem, come out and look. You daughters of Zion, look on King Solomon wearing a crown, the crown with which his mother crowned him on the day of his wedding, the day his heart rejoiced. Oh, he's getting married now.
Okay.
That moved fast.
Yeah.
She was pregnant.
Probably, yeah.
The end, by the way. All right, let's talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So chapter 3. This contains a female song about her search for her lover at night, and the poem describing King Solomon's procession.
Got it.
So it's nighttime, and she's like, "Where the fuck is that guy that fucked me yesterday?"
So I'm a little bit confused, I guess. Are we is her lover, is it King Solomon?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why, remember, these are either written by him, or they are about him, or they are things that were included in his library.
Okay. Because at one point, I thought that, but then they started talking, then it started kind of backing away from that, and it was just like a romp in the,
his romp.
The flowers and
it
shit.
Was his romp.
Right. But it seemed a little less kingly at that point, I guess.
Right. Because why would he need to be fucking out where the goats park?
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of fell away from the, is this King Solomon? I wasn't sure.
There is some. What was her name that he was sneaking around with? Was it Bathsheba? Was that him?
No, that was David.
Oh, my bad. Never mind.
But I think King Solomon did have quite a few wives, if I recall
he had,
correctly.
Billions of wives and billions of concubines.
Right.
So,
yeah. So this doesn't mean much of anything special, if you ask me.
That's why she was looking for him. She thought she was the one.
Right.
And he's like, "Bitch, I done fucked so many girls. I mean, I parted your cleft. I gave you my dove.
Right.
What more do you want from me?"
Yeah.
Okay, so the first part of this chapter describes how the female protagonist looks for her lover at night, or maybe in a dream. I did not get that it was a dream, but that's what's put out there, that maybe this was a dream, in the city streets until she finds him and brings him into her mother's house.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The setting of this poem progresses from the woman's bed to the public areas of the city, and finally to the privacy of her mother's bedroom.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it closes with the second appeal to the daughters of Jerusalem. So that's the first part. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you remember verse 5 where it was talking about the gazelles and the does and whatever?
Yeah.
So I found a really interesting note. The names of God are apparently substituted with similar sounding phrases depicting female gazelles for God of hosts, and does of the field or wild does or female deer for God Almighty.
Okay.
So apparently, those words are similar sounding in Hebrew.
Okay.
And it was more fitting to the poem to use the animals than God.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, okay, I don't know that. I don't know that I necessarily buy it, because
I'd have to reread it with God implanted in there instead of gazelles.
I mean, I got it open, so
I don't really want to reread it.
But it was verse 5, so
Yeah.
Verse 5. Daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you by God of hosts and by the God Almighty, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires.
I guess that could work that way.
I don't know. I'm not overly convinced. I don't really care. It doesn't change it enough one way or the other, quite honestly.
Right.
But it is interesting that those two are apparently similar sounding to names for God.
Right, right.
And that the animal was used instead of a name for God, apparently.
Got it. Okay.
So, whatever.
Right.
So in the last half, that's the marriage scene, and that's when the male protagonist person is kind of talking. And this section starts a poetic exposition of love and marriage, which form the core of the book.
Okay.
So the book is about love in marriage.
Okay.
Even though the whole first part was them just being so fucking attracted to each other that they couldn't keep their hands apart.
Got it. Right. Yeah.
And Solomon is the main focus of this section, as his name is mentioned 3 times.
Yeah.
Right? All of
Right.
a sudden it's like, "Oh, Solomon."
Yeah.
And up till now, it was just like, "Oh, some random dude." And it was some random dude going, "I know, you beautiful honey-lipped vixen girl who's random also." So that is all I have for this chapter.
Okay. All right.
Short and sweet, short
Well,
and gross.
yeah. Yeah. So that was Song of Solomon, chapter 3,
Or
or Song
Solomon
3.
Solomon's Song of Songs, chapter 3, or Song 3,
Yep.
or Canticle 3,
Right.
or the third canticle.
Right. So,
Yes.
anyway, we will be back tomorrow with
Song 4.
Song of Solomon, Song 4. We'll see.